This room's a mess. Good morning. It's early morning here in Japan right now, and this room is a complete disaster. I've got to really clean it up. If you guys may remember, this is the room where I had my previous 120 centimeter 4-foot aquarium. It was sitting right there. That's where I did my aquascape and my tank for the 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗀𝘀 2021 contest, which ranked 59. But that tank is now out into the main fish room, and this room is where I currently just edit my videos. It's like my office, my very, very messy office that we need to clean up today. And it's also basically a storage room. You can just see it's where I just keep all my junk stuff. I've even got my driftwood and rocks, just the hardscape material from the previous aquascape, just sitting here that I gotta clean up, put somewhere, and a whole bunch of junk, spare tanks, and yeah, just garbage. So I gotta clean up this mess, organize some stuff around. I've even got like some of you have been asking about this, my Anubias grow out farm. It's been doing really well, actually. This room isn't heated, so it gets really cold in the winter, but for some reason the Anubias are still putting out new leaves. I think it's the lid. It's maybe Anubias do okay with cold temperatures, but there's just this little hole in the lid and some soil, and yeah, it's doing alright. I used to have 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗀𝘀𝗀 in there, but the 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝘀𝗀𝗀 weren't doing too well, so I moved them into an aquarium. But I'm gonna clean all this mess up, try to organize this room a bit, and then after that, today we've got an exciting day because I'm going to be building a nice, I don't know what you call it, like a mini plant farm in this tank, immersed plants, like cryptocoryns, 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝘀𝗀𝘀, Anubias, stuff like that will be growing in this tank. It's gonna be so fun, and I think many of you guys will enjoy it. So I'm gonna clean this room up, and I'll see you guys in a bit.
A few moments later.
Definitely not perfect, not looking very, very neat and tidy, but it's better than before. And there's a lot of stuff that I'm still using. Like, these are what I use to make my aquarium lids, so I'm always like cutting up new things so that I can make new lids like this. And also, this right here is what I use for my backgrounds. These are just background sticker film. Like you can even see on here, the black color film. It's basically that roll right there, just cut up into size. Yeah, some tanks that I'm not using at the moment. My toolbox, refrigerator, mini refrigerator, my snack bar right there. Some books. And yeah, that's basically the room right now. That's the desk where I edit the videos. And today we're going to be setting up a tank right next to that. For this tank right here, we're not going to be using it as a regular fish tank where we fill it up with water and keep fish and plants in it. It is a regular standard fish tank, but we're not going to be using it for that purpose. We're going to be using this as like a plant farm. I've done a couple of plant farms before. This one's going to be a little bit different. We're going to do immersed plants inside an aquarium. I'll show you what I mean later, but first we gotta go to the dollar store. I've got to pick up a few ceramic pots, and I'll see you guys over there. Alright, so this is what I bought from the dollar store. Two different sizes of ceramic pots. This one right here is size M. You can see pretty decent. You get 3 pots. The one next to it is size L, and you only get 2, but it's much larger. And then there's also a size S, but that one is kind of too small. It comes with 4 pots, but it's a little bit too small for what I want to use it for today. So I bought quite a bunch, $4 for all of that, which is not bad at all. And now I think I'll go into detail about what you really need for the setup. So first of all, you're going to need your tank. Any kind of tank will do perfectly fine. This is just a standard 2-foot aquarium. I think it's 15 gallons. You're going to need a lid. This one right here, as I mentioned earlier, is one of my DIY polycarbonate lids that I made for it. If you don't have a proper lid, you could just use saran wrap, plastic wrap, to just cover the top, but yeah, but I kind of prefer making my own. So you can have a hole for ventilation. I'm probably going to cover this up more because it is kind of cold right now, so that's the next thing. You're going to need a heater if it gets cold where you live. In Japan it gets really cold during the winter. Right now it's the coldest month. I've got a little stove going right now, and if you live in a tropical country, Southeast Asia, India, Singapore, Malaysia, places like that, you're probably not going to need a heater. If you live in a place that gets winter, you should get a heater. And then next you're going to need a light. This is just a regular LED light for growing plants in an aquarium. Just a standard one that I got on Amazon. And then next up you're going to need a little mini pump. Any kind of pump will do that will circulate water around. You can try doing something like this without a pump, but I probably recommend having some water flow in there. And for the substrate, I am going to be using some aqua soil. This is Amazonia aqua soil that I just have left over from previous aquascapes that I've been doing. I'm pretty sure you can use any aquarium soil that has some nutrients in it. It'll probably grow the plants just fine, but I've got this left over, so I'm going to be using this. And I'm not sure if you can use potting soil for like gardens. I'm pretty sure you can. Since this is the first time I'm doing this, I'm just going to go with what I have. And if you want, you can try potting soil. Let me know how it goes in the comments down below. But yeah, I think it's time that we begin this project, so let's go. Forgot to mention, you're going to need your plants too, and these are the two that I'm most excited about, 𝗲𝗾𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 as well as 𝗲𝗾𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀. It probably doesn't look like much, but hopefully we can grow them immersed and try to grow a lot of them, because those two plants are pretty not so common. I've just said uncommon or rare. I don't know if they're rare or not. So right there in the middle we've got the pump to help circulate the water, and then next to that we've got the little mini heater that keeps the water at 26 degrees Celsius, and then these two right here, that's the large ceramic pot, and this one's the medium size. And I wanted to mention this as well, you can use those plastic pots that you find at your garden centers. I think those will work fine too, but for me I just prefer these ceramic ones, and I think they look kind of cool too. So let's go and start adding some soil into some of these and start planting them. It's probably a good idea to have some pincettes, tweezers on hand. It'll make planting easier, and also a good idea to have a spray bottle to mist down your plants. So that's what the first one looks like. I'm gonna do a couple more of these, and yeah, I'll show you how it turns out. take a look at that. The immersed plant farm is complete. I've planted all the cryptocorynes into their pots, and I've also added an anubias in the back over there. You can see that anubias is called 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗶𝘲𝘀𝘀, and it's a pretty new species of anubias, I think. There's not much information about it, but it's basically the same as Anubias nana petite, except it's got wrinkly leaves, so it's kind of a cool plant. And then we've planted cryptocoryne pink flamingo, cryptocoryne nuri, cryptocoryne molmani, as well as cryptocoryne aphinus that you saw me pull out of my planted tank just now. And also this one right here, cryptocoryne 𝗂𝘂𝘀𝗀𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 they're gonna have to transition. They might melt. I don't know if they'll survive, but it's just an experiment, and I want to try to see if they'll grow. I also ended up using a different type of soil. I just got this 𝗲𝘃𝗀𝘀𝘀 soil is what it's called, and it's similar to 𝗲𝘃𝗀𝘀𝘀𝘀 Amazonia soil, but it's just got a little bit less nutrients, and it's a bit smaller and a little bit cheaper as well, so that's why I wanted to use the cheaper one. So all the plants from here onwards onto this side, the right side of the tank, is using 𝗲𝘃𝗀𝘀𝘀𝘀 soil, and then all the ones on this side is using Amazonia soil. So I've got 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗶𝗲𝗀𝗀𝘀𝗀, in both types of soil, as well as the Nuri crypt, and I want to compare, see which one will do better, which soil will do better. It's just a waiting game from here. We've got to be patient, see how the plants grow, and it's gonna be a pretty fun process. You can see I'm down to one pot actually 2 pots. That's one, yeah, 2 pots. So I might find another plant that's in my planted tank and plant them in here, try to grow them immersed, but for now, this is basically it. If you guys have any suggestions on what plants I should add into this, I'm thinking of 𝗂𝘃𝗀𝘀𝗀𝘀. I want to grow some 𝗂𝘃𝗀𝗀𝘀𝗀s, but let me know in the comments down below if there's any plants that you'd like to see grow immersed. So this setup right here is actually inspired by my friends at 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗀𝘀𝗀𝘀. They've got a few setups like this, growing plants immersed, and I've done a tour of their store. I'll put the video up there, but you can go check that out after this. I'm not sure if I went into detail about their plant grow out system, but I'll put some videos up on my Instagram if you guys want to see that. And also, I saw some videos on YouTube of some people doing stuff like this. I know 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗀𝘀𝗀 has done a video on growing plants immersed in an aquarium, and I think she used potting soil, so it should be possible. What my friends at Aquafield told me I should do for this, I took a video of this and sent it to them and asked for any advice. They said I should put a fan right here. So one of those aquarium fans, I should attach one onto the tank so that I can circulate the air, because without any air circulation, you can get some mold, and you don't want mold growing on your plants. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a fan for the setup. So that's the only change I would make for now. Otherwise, I think it's a perfectly good system to grow some plants. We just gotta wait. As always though, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm so happy with how clean this room looks now compared to the start of the video. It's still not so clean. I mean, it's okay. It's better than how it started, but it's much better. Wait, what am I saying? Yeah, it's good. Everything is good, and I'll see you guys next time.